Hey, my friend, what's up? What's going on? How are you? Happy New Year. I hope 2020 is getting off to an awesome start for you. Um, it has for me. I guess. Tried to do a little yard work. Had some issues with my hedge trimmer. Broke the hedge trimmer. So anyway, didn't get much done. Did manage to go for a run, ran like a little more than 2.5 miles, and I decided on a new tradition that in the new year, you're going to get however many $1,000,000 for every mile you run. So I'm going to earn about 2.55 million this year. There you go. You heard it here first. So here's the question that's on everybody's mind sooner or later is, if you made New Year's resolutions, how in the world am I going to keep them? Because I think, like, I've heard different percentages, but I think like 80% of the resolutions are out the window within a few weeks. So anyway, so I was thinking about that, and I've got 3 ways that I think that you will, that you can reliably meet them, keep them. So I kind of the example I'm going to use is losing weight, but I think they work for pretty much everything. So the first one is make sure that your resolution or resolutions, and this also works for goals, make sure that it is realistic but bold. And not only that, realistic but bold, but also try to come up with a way that you can measure it. So, for example, with weight loss, don't just say, I'm going to lose a bunch of weight, and don't say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 2 months, or 75 pounds in 2 months, whatever, Don't come up with an outrageous thing, but also don't say, I'm going to lose 3 pounds this year, So you have to be realistic, but also try to be kind of bold. So maybe depends on your personality. You might want to take your initial goal, your initial resolution, and if you're the kind of person who goes, who has a tendency to really go gangbusters and then lose momentum, you might want to dial it back a little bit. But if you're the kind of person who has a hard time getting going, you might want to dial it up a little bit. So make sure that it is realistic but bold, and also you have a way to measure it. That's kind of the first thing, kind of grouped together. The second thing is to have a system through which you're going to reach, make the resolution happen. So, and system is kind of maybe a too formal a word. It may just be make sure you know how you're going to get there. And one of the best ways is to find somebody who's done it and learn from them. So again, with the weight loss example, find a and there's a number of systems out there, but find one that has worked over and over again for a wide variety of people. So don't just that start off with that is much better than just saying, okay, I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to lose weight by not eating as much. Start off with that's kind of hard to measure, but which goes back to the first thing. But the second is to when you're if that's just the way you're going to do it, you'll probably fail because you won't have a structured way to do it. So have a plan, have a system in place that will help you get there. That's the second thing. The third thing is really, I think, the coolest one of all. And I got this from a YouTuber. Her name is Ali Spagnola, and she does a whole bunch of outrageous stuff. But she has a she does music, but she also works out. So she gave, like, I actually found her a video that she made at the beginning of 2019 of workout tips, ways to reach workout goals, kind of. And so I was looking at that because I like working out, and I want to kind of have some goals in that area. But one of the things she said was really cool. She said to and she was using it for working out, but also, I think this can apply to anything, is to what she called it. She called it gamifying it, to gamify. And her example was with working out, like if you were bench pressing so much, try the next week to do a little bit more, and try the next week to do a little bit more. With me with running, it might be trying to get a little bit faster or run a little bit more each week, that kind of thing. With weight loss, and again, that's the example kind of we're using tonight, is, say, okay, I want to try to lose, 5 pounds in the next 3 weeks, and I'm going, so that is so much per week. Let's do 6 pounds, that'll make it easier. That's 2 pounds a week, and I'm going to challenge myself to do that in some kind of way. And if you have an accountability partner, that's another good thing, so you can kind of make it kind of a friendly competition. But find some way to gamify it. So whatever your resolution is, make it fun and make it to where you feel good about reaching them. When you reach milestones. Don't just wait until you get to the final destination. Whenever you get reach your kind of stair steps along the way, take time to celebrate those, and also kind of really not only celebrate, but realize the accomplishment of it, because that will help you reach the next one. You can get to if you're just trying to plow through things and go da 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 without ever taking the time to say, hey, again, using the weight loss example, if you're trying to lose maybe 30 pounds in the next year or something like that, and after 6 months you realize that, oh, I've only lost 10 pounds, and instead of, don't beat yourself up by saying, oh man, I'm not even halfway there through 6 months. But also think about it. Hey, I've lost 10 pounds. That's a good thing. So I'm on the way, and just keep moving, keep forward, and that will help you. So I hope those are helpful. Let's kind of go back over them. So the number one thing is to make sure that your resolutions are realistic but bold, and you have a way to measure them. The second thing is to have a system or a plan of how you're going to get there. Don't just wing it and go for it on your own. And the third is gamify it. Make it a fun thing so you can reach your resolutions. And those are 3 reliable ways for me that I found, not only for resolutions but for reaching goals. So hope that was helpful to you tonight. And since we've been talking kind of about weight loss, if weight loss happens to be one of your New Year's resolutions, or even just to get healthier, I happened to catch a video that Brendan Burchard did earlier today, and he was saying, if you haven't taken a year to try to become as healthy as you possibly can, make this the year. So this might be the year for you to do that. And if it is, if you just reach out to me, I will share with you the system that I used to not only lose 40 pounds, but to get to the point where I feel better than I felt since I was in my 20s. And I'm now in my late 50s. So that's it for now. Just reach out to me and I will be glad to share that with you. Actually, I'll show you a video that will explain it to you better than I can. So that's it for now. And thanks again. And again, Happy New Year. I hope 2020 is your best year yet. And always remember, in the immortal words of Winnie the Pooh, that you are braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, and you're smarter than you think.